Welcome to Discover East County, where we walk the paths of hardworking folks who share the stories of their lives and businesses. I'm your host, Valley, and I'm here with Kelsey Hurley.
Hello.
She is the owner of Saltwater Riders, and in Lakeside, and I want to
Yes.
know everything. I want to know, basically, you guys have the shop in Lakeside, and I was there, and there's people coming in, but I want to know where it all began. Like, it didn't
Right.
just pop up, so it had to have
No.
some beginnings.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could take credit for the whole beginning of it. I wish I was that creative, but I mean, I've always loved fashion and clothing and everything like that. But it started with an amazing couple named Tom and Allison up in Capistrano Beach, and they both kind of lived those coastal cowboy lives. And I actually met them at the Lakeside Rodeo back probably about 3.5 years ago, and we had booths next to each other. My mom owned a clothing brand previously before I did. And when you're there for 4 days, you get chatting, whatever. And we became like really close friends from the beginning. And Tom was always trying to get me to work for him. And I worked for GFL Boutique in Santee for many years before that. And I was like, I don't have time for that. Like, I help my mom, I do this, I do that. But every show that we would go to and be at like the same vendors or next to each other, he would always be like, Kelsey, I want you to come work for me. I want you to come work for me. And finally, I kind of gave in because they were so awesome. And so I started working for them, doing some social media stuff, helping them how to teaching them how to print their own stuff because you save a lot of money that way. And we just kind of hit it off. And then I get a phone call from them and they're like, so I have good news and bad news. What do you want to hear first? And I was like, well, tell me the bad news first so we can end it with a bang. And he said, I'm selling my company. And I was like, I just started working for you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I want to sell it to you. And at the time, I was 23 years old. I was like, I don't have that kind of money. What do you mean? But I just loved it. And I knew that it was something that if it was meant to be, that it would happen. And so I talked with my parents and I went to the bank, got a loan, and went up to Capistrano, signed some papers, and all of a sudden I was 23 and had no idea what I was doing, but I was just like super passionate about it. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to make it happen.
How exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a crazy journey. And then June 28th will be our year anniversary in the store itself.
Okay.
So my mom and I and my dad, we found this location from a friend of ours, and they were like, hey, we think this would be a great start for you guys. And we demoed the whole thing ourselves, redid it. We had a vision of what we wanted it to look like and where we wanted to go from there. My goal is to have stores all over California eventually.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So it's been great.
I walked
it's
in the
awesome.
store the other day with my kids, and I was just like, yes, this is what I want. 'Cause we don't have shops like this in
We don't.
Lakeside. I think we
don't.
had like a clothing store many years ago, but we don't have like somewhere where people locals can just go and get something
Right.
cool that they want to get that's not, at the mall or off of Amazon. Like, this is
Right.
really, you guys, it's custom stuff. They're so creative. I love even like the brand stuff you have is really cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned when I was in the shop is that most of the stuff that's in there that you guys make
Right.
on
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. We print on demand, as we say, for the most part. My mom is an incredible graphic designer. She just has this like niche for creating and designing and stuff. That's her thing. And she always comes to me, she's like, what about this? What about this? And I'm just like, yeah, keep doing it. Or
Yeah.
maybe let's tweak this or add this or whatever. So we get to work, on that together, which is super awesome. And that's where it all started, was she was making her own stuff during COVID due to her situation. And that's where I was helping her make stuff, printing stuff. My mom made custom flannels. She made custom denim jackets. And we were like, how can we streamline this? And we were like, well, through Saltwater Riders, it's a brand. So we can take all of the things that we learned from this past stuff and kind of, make it into one thing instead of a bunch of different styles of stuff. And like being able to print it there in-house is like the coolest thing ever, because
Yeah.
I can just make whatever people want. We do tons of custom orders. People are like, oh, I like that, but I want it on that. Or I want, can we change this color, or can I put it on this? And we're like, yeah. And that's what I think, it gives people a little bit of a creative insight on what we do too.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I thought about this, that you could somebody that's maybe having a bachelorette party
Absolutely.
or a birthday party and they want to match, or they're going to a concert and they want to match with their, their girlfriends.
Absolutely.
Um, so there's so many custom ways that you can
Absolutely.
do
Yeah.
pieces. If you're going to Stagecoach, you're going to
Oh, yeah.
Coachella, and you want to have outfits that are just custom, and maybe you have the top, but you want a specific like saying that you've seen in the store.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
that's the other thing is your guys' catchphrases on the shirts
Oh.
are so good.
Thank you.
The other day we bought shirts that said it said Surf's Up Cowboy, and
Uh-huh.
I just thought it was so cute.
Yeah.
For my daughter, which she did with her friend. She got to match with her
Oh,
friend
she
at
did
their
good.
play and performance. I want to talk about the blend of a coastal
Yeah.
cowboy.
Yeah.
Like what was that draw for you? I mean, I know we're in San Diego
Right.
and we're in Lakeside, but you didn't necessarily think you were going to pop up in Lakeside. So what was the
Right.
blend?
I think I grew up in Alpine my entire life. My parents bought a house up there when I was 4 years old, and are San Diego natives themselves. And I think having the luxury, honestly, to live in San Diego and have the mountains and have that, but also have the beach and that kind of life. I grew up in the desert. I grew up in Mexico. I grew up traveling all over the place, experiencing different cultures. And my aunt has a huge ranch in Colorado. They moved out there when I was about the same age, about 4 or 5 years old. And she grew up in Wyoming, and I was always so fascinated by her and the cowgirl like thing that she lives, because she's a tough cookie.
Yeah.
And she has this beautiful ranch with these horses and every single animal you can imagine, Highland cows, steers, this, that, whatever. She's got it all. And I love to go out there and spend time with the animals and observe that lifestyle. There's something so beautiful about it, and I think that's where I fell in love with. I get to live both.
Yeah.
I can wear my cowboy boots to the beach,
Yeah.
like that. And I just love the idea of like being laid back and kind of that surfer, beachy lifestyle, but also the grit and the hardworking cowboy, I think. And the rodeo cowboys are just like, and cowgirls, they're like amazing. The stuff that they can do, the people that I've met and spoke to about their lives on ranches and what it's like, I'm always so fascinated by it. I'd love to have my own one day, but I got to make a little bit
You
more
will.
money.
You'll get there. I also like that you guys had accessories.
Yeah.
Cool patches.
Yeah.
Trucker hats that you can create.
Yeah.
And so it's not just clothes.
Right.
And then you guys also had a plethora of sizes. I mean, I brought my 10-year-old and we found some things.
Right.
But you had of adult sizes. I just thought the store was so cool, and it can't be a better location in my opinion.
Right. I agree.
I think that you guys definitely, my vision for you guys is I can see you in big stores and all, like as a
Thank
brand,
you.
but also have your other locations all over,
Yeah.
especially in California. You can
Right.
crush it.
I think, yeah, my goal is to definitely have a store or something down near the coast. The coast is our refuge. The water, the ocean, everything to me is like, I'm obsessed. And anytime I can get down by the water, I am. I'm there. So I would just love to have something there. I mean, I've been approached by, a few big box stores of wanting to do certain things, and maybe eventually I would love to do something like that. But I think people love the aspect of it being local, and it being, you can go somewhere and get, the whole experience, because it's me and my mom. My dad's there. Sometimes my dogs are there too, but you walk in and it's an experience. We're asking you,
For sure.
other things about your life. When you come in, I remember you, and I know, that you were, your granddaughter's having a birthday party or whatever, or you went on a trip, or I always try to remember those things and the people that continue to come back, because without them, I'm not here. And getting those reoccurring customers now is so cool. People come back and they're just like, man, I just love everything you're coming out with. You're changing the game. And I think we're always just trying to evolve within our brand, because I feel like everything out there on the market right now is all the same. Everything's the same. It's so saturated. And I'm like, what can I do to be different? How can I set my brand apart from, every other
Kelsey,
store?
I have to tell you, that's exactly what I noticed about
Thank
your store,
you.
is that it is different. It's not like a regular shopping experience.
Thank you.
It was definitely different. And I want to know about this 1-year anniversary. Are we having a party, or what are we doing?
We're talking about it. We're in the early stages of planning. So yeah, our anniversary is June 28th will be our anniversary of our opening our store. And we wanted to do like a big like parking lot party kind
Yeah.
of thing with the parking lot behind our building,
Mm-hmm.
and do like a big sale and have like food and music and just make it fun, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what we want to do, is just have fun. I love what I do.
Yeah.
It has given me so much purpose, and I want to share that with everyone else too,
Yeah.
because I think that's the whole grand scheme of it. It's like I always tell people, like, well, you make great money and this and that. I'm like, but it's not about that for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You know, it's about having fun and sharing it with other people.
What about, how can people buy stuff? They can't make it to the, let's say somebody in Colorado is listening to the show.
Right.
If they can't make it to your shop, how can they buy something or look at what you guys have for sale?
Yeah, so we have a website. It's www.saltwaterriders.com. We're putting stuff on there as fast as we can. And we have our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff too. It's just Saltwater Riders. So that's the best way to get a hold of me, is message me through Instagram, or if you want something custom and you want it shipped to wherever, I'll message back and forth with you. I'm like, what about this? What about that? And give you that experience also over the phone or whatever as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I want to encourage everybody, like, if you have graduation parties, birthday parties
Yes.
coming up over the summer,
Yes.
you're taking a summer trip with your group of girlfriends, like,
Yes.
stop by or reach out to Kelsey, because she can create these pieces. You have to see it for yourself, because it's indescribable, some of the things that
thank
you
you.
guys have put together.
Thank
So
you. I appreciate that.
I want to just give you a personal shout out and thank you for what you're doing for Lakeside, because you're
Thank
bringing
you.
bringing something to our community that was missing. And
I totally agree.
it's nice to have you guys in there and doing
Yeah.
great things for the community. I know that you guys are very, you give back. And
Yeah.
I like that about you guys, and I just appreciate it, and keep rocking. And I'm gonna be here for all your success, rooting
Thank
you
you
on.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Lakeside. I love the community. It's so special to me. That's kind of where I got my start,
Yeah,
was
that's
meeting
right.
at the Lakeside Rodeo. And Lakeside has been a huge part of my journey. And the people and the community has just rallied around me, and time again have showed up to all of our events, all of our things. And without them, I mean, I'm trying to revive Main Street. I'm like, come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
let's continue to add more stores and make it less office spaces and make it more retail, make it a community place where people can come and shop and walk all the way down, from me
Yes.
to Eastbound, and like have
Yes.
different places
Have a
and
drink
different
and then
things.
walk and shop. Oh, I love
Absolutely.
that idea.
That's the experience, and I have a lot of that too.
Okay.
So the community is just great. All the people, they're awesome.
Yeah.
We just want to continue to build and to grow, and hopefully we can expand
You will.
in the future.
You will.
Yeah,
I feel it in my bones. Because I thought you had been around longer than 4 years. I thought it had been like
yeah.
10 years. I had no idea it was that long, that short a time.
Yeah, I bought
So
the
you're
business
going
when I
to
was
be grow-
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and
Thank you for
I'm just
having
excited
me.
to see your future, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all so much for watching Discover East County. We'll see you next time.